Hello, Bill Hayes again. Well guys, I'm forced to have to do a demonstration I didn't really want to have to do, but I'm going to have to do it anyway because I've had customers that have said that the fast pull thing, the narrow forks and all that, those are absolutely will make slingshots faster and all, and I'm just telling you, it just will not. So what I did here is I went and got a Daisy Powerline slingshot. This is the only one they had at Walmart, by the way. They didn't have the one with the that's the F16 where it doesn't have a wrist brace. This one has a wrist brace, which is actually better though, because this keeps me from accidentally or inadvertently, flipping the slingshot forward, because the wrist right here, it doesn't want to do it so easily. So the wrist brace one here, it might actually make this a lot more fair test. Now what I'm going to do is, each time I draw, I'm going to draw it to my cheek right here, which is a normal position for people to draw to. So I'm going to use the same draw, same exact spot every time. Ammo I'm going to use is 54 grain steel ball bearings, okay? And of course it's just a standard chronograph. Now I'm going to try doing something here with as minimum hold time as possible. I'm not real good at that because I haven't practiced it a lot, but I think it's fast enough anyway. We'll see. Hopefully you can see me and hear my ears. I'm doing this. Alright, now I'm going to pull back to my cheek and release as soon as it touches, okay? That's 219.5 feet per second. Let me just zoom that in for you. That's 219.5, and that's a pretty fast release. That's pulling back, and as soon as it touched my cheek, I released. And I'm going to do it again. As soon as it touches my cheek, I'll release. .1 220.1. Today the temperature is 92 degrees out here in the direct sun. Well, it's a cloudy day, but in the direct area here. And I'll do one more of them, just pulling back to the cheek and release. I could probably pull it back further but I'm going to use a standard anchor point that most people use. If I pulled it back further, topping out the bands, you might say, I could probably get 260 or so feet per second. In fact, at the final, I'll see how much I can get out of it. But I want to make it all fair right now. That was really bad one. It's 205 feet per second. I'm going to try one more because that's an anomaly, I'm sure. Oh, an error. Told you I'm not the best at this. Just picking up and shooting, wild like that. Error. One more. Hopefully I won't get an error this time. Alright, there we go. 220.7. Alright, now I'm going to pull back to the same spot. And I'm going to hold and aim for 1 second. I'm going to do that for 1 second for 2 shots, okay? 1 second for 2 shots. So I'm going to do 1 second, okay? 1001. And what do we have? 223.7. 223.7. Goats are going crazy over there. One of them separated from the herd, that's all that is. 223.7. Okay, now one more time. We'll just do one more just from that 1 second hold. 1001. That's 198.7. And again, that's probably an anomaly, so I'll do one more 1 second hold again. .1,001. That's 216.9. Certainly that is, on the average, a little bit slower than the faster release. But what's amazing is, on a warm day, I'm going to show you this is a unique thing about slingshot rubber. On a warm day, when it's 90 degrees or above, it tends to not go flat. In fact, what it will do is actually go up a little bit sometimes. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Because it can grab some of the ambient heat from around it when it's in the extended position. Watch what I'm saying. I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. That's 218.4. Let me zoom that in for you. 218.4. And again. 1001, 1002, 1003. 224.9. And last time, 3 second hold. 1001, 1002, 1003. 227.1. As you see, it actually goes up a little bit sometimes, from the very fast hold to the slower, take your time and aim hold. That's because it's warm out here, and it's, you know, getting some of the ambient heat is you know, getting into the bands. If I were to pull this about to max, that's what I needed to do, is go to max a couple times to see what the actual max is on this shooting 3/8 inch steel. Okay, I'm going to pull it back to where it feels like it's uncomfortable, okay, or about to break or whatever. And I'm going to try to do this quickly. Okay, that's a fast release. And that's a fast release with a max pull. That's 254.3. And I'll do it again. Max pull. Oh, it didn't register. This is a really lousy pouch on this thing. It's starting to rip, it looks like. How do people shoot these things? They should be wearing safety glasses. This is actually kind of dangerous if that thing rips. I'll try one last one on it. And then I'm going to do a slow timed, you know, just a slow shot. Hopefully this thing lasts 2 more shots. It looks like the pouch is ripping. 241.8. 241.8. So as you see, pulling back to closer to the max on it and then releasing faster is beneficial, but it's not so much beneficial as people think it is. Let me show you what I mean. I'm only going to be able to get, as you can see, this thing is tearing here, and I want to be as fair as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back and do a release like I would normally hold it, hopefully. With a, I'm gonna bring it back to the same spot that I figured that I was pulling back with the speed pullback. I can tell on my shoulder where it is usually. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna pull it back and hold it for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. And as you see, all it is the difference in draw length. It's not a difference in heat or anything else. Now on a very cold day, that's 253.2. On a very cold day, I'm sure that would be quite different. I'm going to do that one more time just to show you it's not an anomaly, no, nothing about it. And hopefully these bands will hold up, these tubes will hold up for one more shot. 1001, 1002, 1003. That actually went up a hair. 254 feet per second. And I'm sure if I got my timing down just precise enough, I could probably get that to where I can max it out 260, 265 feet per second, somewhere in there. Now on a cold day, there is a big difference in pulling it back and releasing it quicker, because you'll you know, the heat that's in your bands as you pull back, it is not escaping into the atmosphere. But on a day like this, the amount of heat that's generated on your bands can quite often be actually less than what's in the ambient temperature, what, you know, around you right now. When I've done tests on this stuff, I've only been able to get a temperature difference of only 15 degrees in an air-conditioned room. I actually haven't done it outside. You know, I use a non-contact digital thermometer, which is a infrared thermometer, and I was able to get 15-degree differences as the absolute maximum difference that I could get in an air-conditioned room. And I'm sorry, I take that back. I got 10-degree differences is what I was able to get, and that translates to about 15 feet per second difference is what that translates to. I got 10 degrees difference in regular bands as versus pulled back, you know, drawn bands using a non-contact infrared thermometer. Anyway, as you see, hold times on a normal shooting type day don't affect it hardly at all. On a very cold day, it can affect it more, but it still will only affect it by a degree of maybe 10%. Okay, by maybe 10% on your speed, and that's it. It will not affect it any more than that. That's it. 10% on your speed, that's it. Draw length affects things more than anything. So if I'm trying to do my test and I do a fast, as you saw, I was shaking, and I'm a strong person. As I pulled it out to here, and I started shaking at 3 seconds, trying to hold it steady. If I were just to pull it out and snap it, I can actually pull back further, and I might not even realize I'm doing it, but I'm pulling back further, and that added draw length is actually what's added to the feet per second, not some magical way of pulling back and releasing faster. That's not doing it, not on a normal day. On a cold day, yeah, it will affect it some, but not on a day like this. All right, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I had to do this, but I did, so there.